Hey YouTube, YTPC, it's Pipe Miner Chris here, and I am here today to announce my 100 sub giveaway. There's gonna be several firsts in this. This is my first giveaway. I am smoking my K Woody, my 1930s K Woody that I restored, and in it, that's the first pipe that I restored. In it, I'm having my first sample of Penzance that Berg sent me. Figured I was saving it for a special occasion. This seems like a pretty special occasion to me. So I finally, over the last 3 weeks, I hit 100 subs and then bounced back to 99. I was expecting that, so I didn't get too carried away on that first weekend when I hit 100. So I thought, well, I know how this works. I'll just wait and see what happens. And then last weekend, I think I was at 103. And then when I looked today, I'm at 114. Just all of a sudden. So, some of them, and I know I've gotten a couple of shout outs from Berg in the last week because of that birthday gift, you know, and I know that's how this works. Shout outs lead to more people coming to your channel. When I started this thing, I'd been a lurker, you know, a viewer for a long time before I decided to make my first video, and I just decided that it looked like it might be fun, so I thought I'd try it, and I put my first video up on September 6th, so here we are 3 months later and 100 subs in, and 114 and climbing, it seems. But I had no idea how deep this rabbit hole went, as it is with most of this hobby. I started putting up videos and then started getting comments, you know, and getting some interaction going with some people on here, and the positive feedback that I've gotten, the generosity from this group is just incredible. You hear it all the time, but it's just absolutely incredible, the stuff that goes on in this group. It makes you want to be part of it. Where it goes from here, I don't know. I'm enjoying this. I'm also making friends and getting in contact with people on all kinds of other social platforms, and this has really turned into a heck of a hobby, and I'm enjoying it immensely. So for my giveaway, we'll get to the nitty-gritty on here. The first requirement, as is standard, you must be legal age or older in your area for tobacco products. Duh. Question number 1. I want to know what your current pipe is and why, or current favorite pipe is and why. I mean, you know, this one, I like this one really well because it's the first one that I restored. And, you know, it's a little billiard, decent little pipe. My favorite pipe for a long time was this one. Just a basket pipe from my shop because I liked bent pipes and whatever else, and I've smoked everything in that at one point in time. But what has become my favorite is this. This is another estate pipe that I found at my shop, and it's just a Carry Magic Inch apple shape. Really, it was kind of the first straight briar pipe that I had bought. I had that Missouri Meerschaum Ozark over there before this one, but I started smoking on that and noticed that the mechanics were different on that straight pipe than they were on my bents. And then I can tell you though that this Bones pipe that I've got, I like the way this one smokes. The only thing that keeps this from being right at the top of the list for favorites is the fight that I have to go through every time to run a pipe cleaner through it. And that's just part of having a bent pipe. It's just, especially one with that much bend to it, you're not going to get everything lined up perfectly a lot of times. to get a pipe cleaner just to slide straight in like it does on these straight pipes. So, no big deal. It's just part of it. I know some people will tell me I got advice earlier to smoke Penzance in a wide, bold pipe. And I will do that. It'll go in that Carry Magic Inch. But for this video, I wanted to have it in here. And let me tell you, after this, being the first time I've smoked Penzance, I understand the hype. It's just, man, it's good. I don't know that it's necessarily overwhelming, or just, but the balance and how smooth this stuff is just incredible. So, anyway, tangent. Anyway, so I want to know what your current favorite pipe is and why. I want to know what your favorite part of the hobby is. Some of us are into tobaccos and chasing tobaccos and, finding esoterica and Balkan Sobrani or trying lots of different types of tobaccos. Some of us are into pipes, and developing big collections of certain types or certain makers. Some of us are getting, have gotten more into the social side of it. And, it all works together into one hobby. But it's just, what's your favorite part? And maybe it's a little bit of each. Whatever. I guess the goal here is trying to create content that might show some new people, that, look, this is all the stuff. These are different places you can go in this hobby. If you're not that big into this part, you can go over here and play over here. It's not, you don't have to be this kind of person specifically to be in this hobby. You can go wherever you want. So on that note, my third question is, I want to know what the best piece of advice that you've gotten or that you would give to a new person starting this hobby. For me, and I didn't get this piece of advice up front. I found out, I heard it from somebody else after I got into this hobby and was a few months in. But it's a solid piece. So for me, my advice to any new person, or the best piece that I've gotten, is because most of us start out on aromatics. That's what gets people in. They like the smell. That's usually where people start. But you don't want to get yourself locked in on just aromatics and judge what's out there based on those, because as you gain experience, you will learn that there are some aromatics that can turn people off very quickly because they're heavily cased, heavy toppings. There's not a lot of flavor to them. There's a lot of smell, but not much flavor. So that can lead to tongue bite and all of the other things that can turn people away from the hobby. So my piece of advice that I have gotten and give to people is go try at least one blend from each of the different types, families. Try an English, try a Virginia, or, and if you want to split it up, try a Virginia and a Vapor, get some of that Perique. Try a traditional English and a Balkan. Find the difference between the Orientals and the Virginia Forwards. Try some of the flakes. Just go try several different things before you, if you have a bad experience with an aromatic, don't think that that's all there is in this hobby to smoke. So, just recap. I want to know what your current favorite pipe is and why, what your favorite part of the hobby is, and then I want your best piece of advice that either you've gotten or would give to a new person. Now, for what I will give away, there's a lot of giveaways going on right now. It seems like there's a lot of us that seem to be hitting our 100 subs about the same time frame here. I know, I think I've seen 2 or 3 other giveaways that have all popped up here just in the last couple of weeks. My prize, or my giveaway, I guess, I'm not going to do a pipe, but I have access to some tobacco at my local shop that they bought from a guy's cellar. They bought his, I don't know if they got all of it, whatever the case. They bought it from one of the owner's clients, customers, and it's aged tobacco. The first one is McClellan 2020 that has been in jars and aging since, this one's February of 99. So it's 18 years old. Going on 19. The next one that I have is, they told me they thought that this was a Virginia Perique mix. But man, I'm telling you, after opening it and smoking it, I think it's an English base blend that the guy added Perique to give it that little peppery note, and it is good, and it's very smooth. And the more of it that I've smoked, the more I like it. But that's also 18 years old, and I will see if I can find more details on the information as to what the base blend was or anything else. I will have to talk to, I think I'll have to talk to the guy that owns the shop to get that information, because it was his friend or his customer that he bought the stuff from. And the third one is McClellan 2030, which is a Balkan that has also been aging since 1999. I'm also going to make some tampers. This is just a little short one that I whittled out on a weekend while I was camping. But I'm going to make some longer ones so that they're tall enough to have a scoop on the one end, you know, to clean your pipe out and stuff. But I have 3 different woods. I've got zebra wood, purple heart, and then lace wood. I'm going to make one of each, and the winner will get their choice or get all 3, whatever. Don't care. I will do the drawing because we're coming into the holiday, you know, Christmas, and I know people have all kinds of other things going on that are far more important than doing VRs to giveaways. So I'm going to push the drawing off on this until the weekend of January 13th and 14th. Not sure which day I will do the drawing, but I will do it that weekend unless something comes up and I have to push it back. But that's the plan right now, is the weekend of January 13th and 14th. If you're going to make a VR for me, put the comments, you know, post the link down in the bucket. That way it makes it easy for me to find, and I will put together a playlist so that all the VRs end up in the same place like most people do. And when we get it all done, I'm looking forward to seeing the responses, you know. We'll do a drawing. I think I'm going to try to recruit my son to actually help me with the drawing. I'll put all the names in a hat and bowl, whatever, and have him do the drawing itself. But that'd be kind of fun. So, for now, that should take care of my giveaway. Again, I want to thank everybody that has subscribed to me, you know, and people that leave comments and whatever else. I have been enjoying the interaction and just the camaraderie in this community. It's been a lot of fun, and I look forward to doing a lot more of it. So I want to thank you, and with that, remember, life is short. Stop and smell the smoke.